Mr. Sandman, bring me out of the dream. Heat seeker on a mission from Hell's Kitchen. It's your boy, Somber Del Piso, back once again with yet another video where another segment of perusing the news with yours truly, the captain of the cruise, to tell you everything that is to be true in this land of fools and blues. I'll give you a clue. But anyway, let's get right into it. We're not gonna waste any more time. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into it. I have a couple of good articles as per usual to share with you guys today. Some very relevant, maybe some not so relevant, maybe some to be relevant in the future. This is interesting. From what is this? NBC? I think NBC4, right? New York news. Can a psychologist stop fare evaders? MTA mulls new strategy to save millions. Written by an Andrew Stiff. I read it quickly. I thought it said Andrew Stiff. Pause. Yo. All right, so a problem here, obviously, if you guys are watching my channel, you guys are no stranger to the fact that I do indeed live in NYC, and in NYC, there's a huge fare evasion problem. It's not really a problem for us. Well, I'm not part of that group of fare evaders because I feel like, listen, I bring so much attention to myself just because I'm on team retention and I'm just me. The moment I even attempt to fare evade, which is hopping the turnstile, I'm gonna get in trouble. So apparently it's gotten so bad. Seriously, so many people from all different walks of life hop the turnstile. I've seen a senior citizen, they can't really jump over it, I guess, obviously because of age. So they've adjusted the turnstile and then walked through it, and nothing is done. Apparently it's gotten so bad that they're employing the use of a psychologist in order to find the crux of the issue and solve it. Let's just read on. The MTA wants to take a new approach to curbing fare evasion and numerous failed attempts. Oh, naturally. This time, instead of installing gadgets to stop fare beaters, they're considering hiring a psychologist to get into their minds in hopes of shrinking the expensive problem. Shrinking, get it? A shrink, a psychologist, therapist, a shrink. And of course, reducing the issue, but through shrinking. I don't know how this is gonna solve anything. I think the main thing that needs to be done are having police officers right in front of the group of turnstiles, with the partner, and just waiting for people to just hop over so they could apprehend them. Maybe this is an expensive solution, which is why it hasn't been done yet, because there are police officers in various train stations around New York City. It's not a mystery to the people that read current events, especially what happens in this city, that this place is a little dangerous at times. So especially a lot of crimes happen, especially in train stations on the platforms. So they've deployed, the police department has deployed police officers to various dangerous train stations. I don't know how they're gonna fix this issue. I'm gonna be completely honest. Let's just read on. Let's see. MTA execs have said that they're in a high stakes battle. While only 13.6% of subway riders are fare evaders, nearly half of all bus passengers skip paying. It's true. It's true. It adds up. It all adds up to a staggering projected loss of $700 million this year. Okay, first of all, listen. Just think about how much, look, the fare right now is like $275 or $295, I reckon. That's just one ride. Imagine 86.4% of riders paying that fare every single day, right, for the train. They are making so much money. A mere $700 million is not going to ruin or add as like some sort of destructive element to the MTA's or whatever they have planned. Seriously, they make so much money, this is not doing anything. However, in terms of bus fare being paid, I'm the only one, like I said, with the train. I tap in my MetroCard, go onto the bus, and everyone behind me that's like, all bundled in, there's always a line everywhere, anywhere you go in New York. These guys just walk all in, they just stroll right inside the bus, and they go to the seat. The bus driver does nothing about that. I'm like, am I the only fool that's actually apprehensive about fare evasion? What is going on? We have to win or else the system is gone. Dun, dun, dun. Of course, if a small minority does it and it gets popular through articles like this, then most people are gonna try, like me, are gonna start to justify why we shouldn't pay, right? Because 13.6% of people going on the train ain't paying. Why the hell do I have to pay? Some writers were skeptical of the psychological approach. I mean, if the behavior analyst could come up with a solution, I don't think it's gonna change the way people think, said Sheila Sessoms, a Bronx resident waiting for an Uptown M102 bus in Manhattan. Okay, so I want to know what their plan is with the psychologist. You know, what are they gonna have this guy do? Is it gonna be, it's gonna be just some psychologist right in front of the turnstiles, and before the people that jump the turnstile are planning on doing it, he's gonna be, why do you think you're thinking about fare evading? Is it because of some event that happened when you were younger with your mother? Do you think a lack of a fatherly presence, a masculine presence in the household sort of justifies you not paying for this ride in particular? Maybe you should go to the kiosk and buy a fare. Like, what are they gonna do about this? The MTA's application for an expert seeks someone who can conduct research on the motivations and devise behavioral interventions to stop fare evasion. More money. So a huge amount of money that they are making from the 86.4%, they're gonna use some of that to pay, you know, to overpay some overqualified psychologists, so to try to apply some solution to this issue, which is not really gonna stop most people, because at the end of the day, the essential bits that are causing people to fare evade in the first place, at least a lot of people that tend to live in impoverished neighborhoods and impoverished places in New York City, those things, those situations are not going to change for them. So as a result, they are going to continuously fare evade. When you could take someone out of poverty, which is going to be beyond the expertise and the skills that this psychologist, that's most likely going to be overpaid, will contribute, then you have a solution. If you can stop poverty, then you'll have a fix to the problem. If not, then you're putting a Band-Aid, a very expensive Louis Vuitton branded Band-Aid, on a wound, on a flesh wound. The MTA is advancing a holistic approach to address fare evasion that the Blue Ribbon Panel recommended in 2023. The Blue Ribbon Panel, who are these people? More people that are probably getting paid a certain amount of money that don't really need that much money, right? To do nothing, because they can't stop fare evasion, so they're gonna have to pay more money to outsource a solution. Useless panel, including efforts to reinforce the importance of paying your fare and making it easier for customers to pay. But the transit union said making buses free might be a better route than solving rider psychology. I don't know how that's gonna help a person who can't pay the fare, telling them to feel good and then telling them to get off the bus isn't really gonna help. JP Patafio of the Transport Workers Local 100 Union said Friday. Transit officials presented the board with analysis on why people evade the fare, and they are already addressing a known weakness: closing open subway gates that have led to what the MTA chairman calls crime of opportunity. Right, so listen, at the end of the day, most people that fare evade cannot afford the fare as spoken about by JP Patafio. We live in New York City. We have to pay like $2,000 and change for rent. We have to pay hundreds of dollars a week for groceries, assuming that you have a small family. And then now, we have to get to work so we could continuously live in this false, silly physical reality, which charges us for every single operation to live. And then now they're begging us to pay the fare. I pay my fare. I am a law-abiding citizen. I am a tax-paying citizen, me, Sombra del Piso. But I do understand the people that don't pay the fare, because they raise the fare every year. Every year they raise the fare, and there's a whole bunch of delays on the train. There's a whole bunch of reroutes that they seldom tell us or warn us about, right? They just do it at the end of the night. Boom, we gotta deal with it. If we're coming home from work, or we're coming from some party or some date that we linked the person on Bumble to initiate, right? Trust me, some psychologists coming in and trying to be a shrink to consumer behavior is not going to solve the issue. Perhaps we need to fix this issue from a higher end. Maybe we have to sort of find some way to deal with poverty, offer more jobs. Maybe make housing less expensive for individuals that make a certain amount and don't have super long queues that are very, very misorganized to allow people to afford housing. There's a solution. How about that? Let's get the heck out of this article. This is annoying me. So, okay, lightheartedness. We are going to go to this health. That's what the name of this news source is, health. Written by an Allison Mango. Is seltzer water good for you? Here are 3 benefits. Again, if you guys tune into my live streams, you know that Sombra del Piso does not drink alcohol. Sombra del Piso does not smoke marijuana, nor smoke cigarettes, nor take drugs, right? My drug and my alcohol of choice is sparkling water. I love sparkling water. Now, I was going through this, news sources to talk about with you guys on the Peruse the News segment, and I just saw this title. I was like, is seltzer water good for you? What the heck? So, I mean, for the most part, I read the title. Automatically what comes to mind, okay, fair enough. Seltzer water drank over time will erode your enamel. Yes, I do understand that. And of course, there's like all these various added sweeteners that they don't really describe that might not necessarily be good for you. I do understand that. But let's just see what they have to say. Not only someone wrote this, it was medically reviewed by a doctor, Kiera Brown. Let's read it. Let's read on. Seltzer water, also known as club soda or sparkling water, is made of water and carbon dioxide. You know what's really interesting? There is a very, very in-depth couple paragraphs in American Psycho, this fiction novel written by Bret Easton Ellis. I'm sure you guys are all aware of the movie. Obviously, the book came before the movie. In one of the chapters in the book, they dedicate a couple paragraphs, which is a discourse between, I think, Tim Price, Craig McDermott, David Van Patten, which are various characters in the book, and the main character, Patrick Bateman, all on what exactly qualifies as sparkling water. Like there's seltzer, there's club soda. It's very interesting. I'm not gonna get off topic, but it's very interesting. Check it out. Type it in on Google or something. It can be a healthy alternative if you wanna cut back on other carbonated beverages like soda. The healthiest type of seltzer water has natural flavors and no artificial sweetener. You may add fruit, lemon, mint, or cucumber to seltzer water for flavor. That's nice. That's interesting. I never literally added fruit. But that does, literally, it seems like if you add fruit, it tastes better. That seems about right. Told you, I'm so rigid. I don't know why I don't think of these things. This fizzy beverage can be good for you if it doesn't have added sugar. Flavored seltzer water with hidden additives can contribute to obesity and type 2 diabetes risk. What? Unflavored, unsweetened seltzer water can hydrate you, improve some digestive issues, and help you manage your weight. Okay, I never had a weight issue. I've never had maybe ingesting too much sugar as an issue. I did have the high blood sugar scare, but we fixed that. All we had to do was just change our diets, and that problem was out of the water. The thing is, I didn't know that you could possibly get diabetes from drinking seltzer water. I think she's just lending in this paranoia about eating foods. I think that's just what the truth is. Lloyd, what is seltzer water? All right, let's read this just so we can have a little snapshot of what seltzer water really is. There are several varieties of seltzer water, including club soda, sparkling water, and tonic water. Seltzer water is generally carbonated artificially and has bigger, sharper bubbles. And I like them sharp, in my seltzer water. It contains no ingredients other than water and carbon dioxide. Some brands sell types that are flavored or have additives. So club soda, it's the same as seltzer water with a few additions. It has sodium, potassium bicarbonate, which is that thing that that was involved in all of our volcano projects when we were younger. Potassium sulfate gives club soda its salty mineral taste. Okay, the distinction in taste is minimal. Sparkling water. Sparkling water is bottled at the source, which means that it has naturally occurring minerals and carbonation. Had no idea. Find me a spring in this godforsaken world that actually has a natural carbonation. I'm going there. Trust me. That's the one vacation spot I will go to immediately. Send me there. Hook me up. Guys, in the comment section, let me know. Tonic. I guess it does count because that's quinine, right? Boom. Tonic water is carbonated water similar to club soda. It also contains added minerals. The primary difference between those types of water in the addition of quinine, I don't know how you say it, in tonic water, but I was right. Quinine or quinine has historically been used in the treatment of malaria. I had no idea. So if you happen to travel to Africa where malaria is kind of prevalent, right? Just carry tonic water and you'll be healed. You'll be fixed to the issue. Now, let's check out the boons of seltzer water. Is seltzer water good for you? Can support digestion. Seltzer water might treat constipation and dyspepsia. I never had constipation issues, honestly, so I wouldn't know. Might help manage your weight. Well, maybe that does lend to my little six-pack here, but I'd like to think that me going to the gym and doing a lot of strength training that emphasize core would do that too. Provides hydration. I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think at the end of the day, because maybe I'm drinking mineral water, which has some salts in it, some sodium, which lends to taking away from hydration. Maybe I'm buying the wrong seltzer water. Maybe they're gonna provide recommendations. Let's check this out. Now, risks of seltzer water. Seltzer water generally doesn't carry many risks, but it has been linked to bloating, tooth decay, and gastroesophageal, hard to say, reflux disease. If you have a digestive disorder, Don't drink sparkling water. Okay, noted for my next of kin in a multi-universe, because I'm on semen retention. I'm not gonna have kids. May have hidden sweeteners. Some diet sodas are marked as seltzer, even though they contain artificial sweeteners. The only way to determine whether you're drinking true seltzer water, true seltzer, you hear this? True seltzer water is to look at the ingredients. I got you. Thank you for this. This article is beautiful. Look for unflavored and unsweetened varieties to avoid consuming too much added sugar. You may scan the ingredients list for sugar alcohols like sorbitol, mannitol, and xylitol. Might cause tooth decay. Seltzer water can have an effect on your teeth. Carbonated acid forms when water is carbonated, lowering its pH. Research has shown that dental erosion can occur when teeth are exposed to environments with less than a pH level of 4.0. Consuming acidic drinks, like some versions of seltzer water, can cause your tooth enamel to erode. That's what I said. And that erosion may lead to tooth sensitivity and cavities. At the end of the day, guys, listen, I like sparkling water. I think that's a great alternative, definitely to all the spirits and liquors that they have on the market right now that most people do drink. But everything is good in moderation. You can have whatever you want except the aforementioned liquor and spirits in moderation. Drink sparkling water. It's very, very tasty. It's very, very good for you. And there's just so many different flavors of sparkling water. It's insane. I love trying them all. It's like an adventure for me, honestly. And I have a plan with doing something with sparkling water, so you'll have to stay tuned. So that's the end of that article. We're gonna move on to the last and final article. This might be very interesting. This is from the Men's Health magazine, right? Written by a Perry O. Bloomberg. I don't know if that's a woman or a man. From the spelling, it could be a woman. Why are they writing for Men's Health? Anyway, it's whatever. This title of the article is called Get Big and Gain Muscle with These 8 Bulking Foods. Woo! We're gonna confirm. I'm a fan of the gym. If you guys watch the channel, you guys know that I'm always in the gym getting wild. You know, whether it be calisthenics, whether it be weightlifting, we are in the gym. So let's just, of course, at the end of the day, if you're trying to get bigger or get stronger, ultimately it's about the exercises you do, but most importantly, it is your diet. Diet is very, very crucial. I eat a lot of steak, I eat a lot of vegetables. I try to minimize the amount of carbs that I have. And of course, I do a lot of training, variable training. So not only I do weights, I do calisthenics and I do cardio. You will get strong doing that. But let's see what kind of foods they offering us, man. Let's check it out. Perry. If you're hoping to gain muscle, eating so-called bulking foods are essential. So that's the dangerous bit about having women writing Men's Health articles, because they might try to discredit actual facts by throwing in like these little bits of language like so-called bulking foods, or you don't really need to do this, or this is silly. But let's see what they got to say. Bulking increases size and muscle density. Yep. Bulking refers to the process of gaining muscle. Men could be interested in bulking to increase power, strength, and physical appearance. As you'd imagine, you have to work hard both in the gym and in the kitchen to bulk. Makes sense. It takes consistent strength training and proper nutrition for your body to build strength and size. This process involves consuming more calories than one burns, combined with strength training to ensure that the excess calories are used for muscle growth and not just increasing body fat. That's why you go to the gym. That's why you go to the gym and do a variance of exercises. Let's see the foods that this person is on about. Clean bulking is advantageous because when utilizing real foods as opposed to processed, you also get the boosted micronutrient benefits from whole real foods, expands this person. These extra micronutrients further support optimal performance potential, so you feel and perform your best through the bulking process, she adds, noting that unprocessed foods do not increase inflammation like processed foods do. Like, that's what I'm saying. Okay, if you're trying to get bigger, right, if you're trying to increase in size ultimately through eating, which is one of the only ways to do it, you can't go to McDonald's, you can't go to like Checkers, Shake Shack. Stop eating, don't eat fast foods. Granted, you could have a burger once in a while, but for the most part, you're supposed to be cooking your own foods. Cooked chicken, salmon, steak, beef, and make sure that the beef is grass-fed. Make sure the chicken is cage-free. If you're gonna consume eggs, make sure that the chickens that made those eggs were cage-free. You have to make sure that everything is ethically sourced, and the foods that you're eating, the animals that you're consuming, are clean eating. Eating clean. 1, bananas. I just bought bananas today at the supermarket. Look at that. Long appreciates that bananas are a calorie-dense, quick carb to help fuel muscles and increase power potential. Wow. Bananas also provide potassium, which is an electrolyte for optimal muscle function. You heard that? Eat your bananas, lads. Eat your bananas. Sweet potatoes. I think this one goes under the radar. Not even I eat a lot of sweet potatoes, but this is actually very, very good for you. Another top bulking food. Sweet potatoes are a complex carb and provide lasting energy for your muscles. Sweet potatoes contain vitamin C and beta-carotene that support the immune system. If you're looking for foods, honestly, that are high in vitamin C or the highest, look no further than broccoli. Look no further than kale. My sister and I have like this whole battle between which vegetable is better or tastier. She says kale, I say broccoli. Naturally, we have like some sort of conflict, but broccoli is really good. Both, if you're eating either of them, you're doing very, very well. But sweet potatoes, again, the quality that it doesn't share with the aforementioned kings and queens of vitamin C foods is that it's a complex carb and has beta-carotene, which supports the immune system. Very, very good stuff. Red meat, number 3. Listen, guys. There's a lot of people that are gonna tell you, oh, go vegan. I never felt so strong, as strong as I do now since I went vegan. Don't listen to that codswallop. Red meat, let me tell you, there are 21 or 22 amino acids, right, in life, which are the building blocks of our bodies, right? Leucine, all that stuff. You will not find another food source that has all 21 or 22 amino acids compact in one food item. I kid you not. If you are able to find one, then it came from another galaxy. That means that we probably have intergalactic travel and we were able to take that food from another world. That's it. Here on this planet, it doesn't exist. Unless you eat meat. You could have it in vegetables. Feasibly, you can be a vegan, but it's gonna be incredibly difficult. And with people that live in like cities like New York, Paris, London, what else? Just the Tokyo, Seoul, all of them cities, you are going to have to try to keep up with your city life. You have to pay bills, you have to work a lot, you have to have a social life, you have to have some time off. The only way to actually eat healthy and keep up with your life is to eat meat. Like, you can't just be a vegan. You're gonna be deprived of something, trust me. Let's see what this guy has to say. Red meat is high in protein that supports muscle recovery. I had a steak today, by the way, guys. I had a ribeye, 100% grass-fed steak today. Red meat provides B12 that supports energy production as well as iron for oxygen transport. Guys, if you're not eating red meat and you're in the gym, I don't know what to tell you. You guys are probably not gaining as much as you can gain. I'm telling you this. Eat red meat. Don't be a vegan. Number 4, Greek yogurt. I sort of stay away from that just because of the dairy. I'm like a little lactose intolerant, but I know if I like buy Greek yogurt and eat it, I will have a little stomach issue. As long highlights, yogurt is packed with protein for muscle recovery along with calcium to support strong bones, which is important when putting on muscle. Yes, you need to fortify your bones in order to make sure that your muscles are strong and you're gaining strength. Having foods that are packed with protein and calcium will do that job for you, namely calcium. Calcium fortifies the bones. Yogurt also provides probiotics to support gut health, which is very important. A lot of us, we get caught up in this whole idea of, oh, let's just eat anything we want and we're just gonna get strong and we go to the gym. Listen, you have to be clean. You have to eat clean. Not only you're cooking your own foods, but you're making sure that you have enough microbiome in your stomach to get rid, to stabilize your gut health. This is something that's very important. If you don't, you're gonna poison yourself and that'll lend to constipation. Make sure that you are consuming a lot of foods that have probiotics. Nuts are another good thing too. That nuts have a lot of fiber, which help with passing the bowels, and whatnot. But you wanna make sure that you have good probiotics in your stomach. That is a fact. I forgot about that. Chicken, more specifically, chicken breast. Get organic, cage-free chicken breast. I eat a lot of chicken at home. Please eat chicken. What do they say? Due to its high protein but low fat content, chicken breast is I just said chicken breast, guys. Chicken breast is a solid bulking food for those looking to pack on muscle. Chicken breast is my hero. And I love salmon. Wild-caught salmon. Salmon is very good. If you get farm-raised salmon, they're fed a lot of artificial feed, which is not very good for the fish, and all that stuff will pass through to your body. Get wild-caught salmon, please. Wild-caught salmon if you're gonna go into fish. Get into fish. Quinoa. So, okay, that's a good carb, honestly. There's, apparently the Aztecs used to eat it. The people that occupied the land of Mexico before, Mexico was Mexico, right? The Aztecs were a big fan, and I think the Aztecs were the old Peruvians, right? The classic Peruvians used to eat quinoa. I still need to eat more quinoa. I'm not gonna lie, I do eat a lot of white rice. I could be eating more quinoa. That's gonna change, don't worry, don't you worry. Technically it's a seed, but it's referred to as a whole grain. However you wanna classify it, quinoa is well worth including into your bulking diet. Quinoa provides carbohydrates and a significant amount of plant-based protein. I'm about to buy quinoa later today. I'm gonna get back into quinoa. You guys, that's a good substitute to rice. Honestly, quinoa, because rice sort of fills you up, and it's not the best kind of carbohydrate. This one, it seconds as a plant-based protein, quinoa. So definitely consume quinoa. Number 7, nuts and nut butters. Ayo, pause, right? I like nuts, pause. Nuts are good for you. You know what I mean, right? They're very, very good. They support bulking because they're calorie dense and contain protein for optimal muscle recovery. This is very good for you. Eat nuts, like, you know, walnuts and whatnot. And finally, eggs. Eggs are really, really good because they're full of protein and they to support optimal muscle recovery. And they contain choline, which supports the nervous system and healthy muscle function. Guys, we heard of all these foods that help with bulking, muscle recovery, and keeping your body clean. Make sure that you are not necessarily consuming these outside, you know, like you go into restaurants, ordering this stuff, going to various places, ordering this stuff, because they tend to add, a lot of restaurants tend to add all these different things to the foods, and it makes it a little unhealthy to consume. Make sure you find good prices and find good, ethically sourced foods that you can consume regularly. That's not such a hamper on your pocket. And go to the gym and stay away from drugs. Stop smoking, stop drinking, be sober, like Sombra del Piso. And trust me, the promised land will come closer and closer within your reach. And with that being said, that's all I have to say to you guys today. If you like that content, like, comment, subscribe. Of course, share the video with some peers. This is a very interesting Peruse the News because it was more of like an informative session. But I don't know, this is just how I see things, to be honest. And I thought these articles would be really good to share with you guys, especially in tandem with my opinions of how I personally connect with these things. So don't let this world get you down. Full of a lot of stuff, full of hormone pumped meats, full of horrible seltzer water that has artificial sweeteners. How we doing, dog? But we can't let that stuff get us down. We just have to have a little diligence, have a little brain power and willpower, and we're gonna triumph over this stuff, man. And stay radiant. I shall see you guys in the next video.